Isolation is so incredibly detrimental. There was a study that came out a couple of years ago that named that being isolated is more impactful or as impactful to our health and a negative effect as being a heavy smoker. To me, that was like, whew. So we need each other, and when we are feeling depressed, I know when I've had my own experiences with depression, I've wanted to not be around anybody, or I've wanted to isolate more. That's really normal. So if you have a friend or two that you're really close to, or maybe your partner, sharing with them that you're feeling this way, talking to people that you love, creating some circles of support, connecting to care, getting care however you need it, through counseling, through psychiatry. There's so many different things that are in place. But one of the things that can be so beneficial that's free is just sharing and talking to people that we love and not self-isolating with how we're feeling. Movement is also really, really, really powerful. Often when we're feeling low, our normal human response is to kind of like withdraw, tuck in. Like I think about like being under a blanket or just kind of like being small, making ourselves feel safe. It's very normal. One of the things that can really help that is to go get movement, go be out in nature, reconnect to those natural cycles. So I know for me, movement is really, really important. So I have to be physical. I know like in my workplace or in the hospice where I worked, when things would be really challenging, I would just step out and take a loop around the building for a moment when I could. When I'm feeling extra anxious about something, I always, now that I have tools that I learned, I'll start with that soft belly breathing. For me, that works really well. I notice in my abdomen or in my shoulders when I'm starting to get anxious, and so immediately I'll change my breath. I'll breathe in through my nose, breathe out through my mouth. Often I won't shut my eyes because I'll be anxious while I'm in a meeting or in something where it's they might frown upon me just laying there and closing my eyes, so I just change my breath. Just pretending that everything is fine and okay drives me bananas, because that doesn't give us a full expression of like who we are as humans. There's a lot of the like really, tough mentality that we all come in with. I did too. I was like, oh, I'm a death person. I deal with death all the time. And it hurts. And it's hard. I didn't make space for that in my own career because I couldn't really. I'm asking you to take the time to notice how you feel. And maybe you can't do that while you're on call or while you're on shift. But there are some things that we're trying to implement here. We're doing like in-time peer-to-peer debriefs so that we can name and talk about when we have a horrible outcome, or when somebody dies and we're trying to revive them, or when things go sideways, so that we can really normalize the fact that like we are emotional beings taking care of emotional beings, and that not only is it okay to have a response, that's very human, and to deny that just comes back later in lots of ways that we probably don't want to experience.